Next, I request Sri PSG to introduce our keynote speaker, the president of Sri Ramanashrama.
So we all enjoyed the bhajans and the songs by Sri Lalitaji's group, Srimati Lalitaji's group, and she mentioned about Mahalakshmi Suryanandan, and she is actually the elder sister of Nitya's mother, Shantamma. Just wonderful. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. On behalf of DC Ramana Center, it's my privilege to extend a joyous welcome and to introduce Dr. Venkat S. Ramanan, the president of Sri Ramanashramam. He may not need any introduction to many of us, as we all know him as our fellow Satsangi for a long time, and as Anand Ramanan also. He is the great grandnephew of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi. Before becoming the president of Sri Ramanashramam in 2022, Dr. Ramanan lived in our DC area as a successful practicing primary physician. He was very involved and with our Ramana Satsang in DC area, and we had satsangs in his house many times from early 2000s. That's why he has come to participate in our DC Advent Day celebration despite his busy schedule. After he took over the role of the president of Sri Ramanashramam, he has moved from US and settled back in Thiruvannamalai. Under his leadership, Ashram has transitioned to the current digital AI world with technology introduced in every way without compromising on the traditions that were followed during Bhagwan's time. To enhance the experience of the devotees living even in faraway countries, with daily broadcasting of Parayana to live streaming of Kumbhabhishekam of Matrabudeshwarar temple, apps for Tamil and Sanskrit Parayana, mountain path publication at your fingertips via all media, etc., to cite a few. He has not only made the ashram greener, but also built more buildings to accommodate ever-increasing devotees. He has been also connecting with educational institutions such as IIT Madras to introduce Bhagavan and his teachings to young students. Also, more Ramana centers have been opened in India as well as abroad. With his medical background and connections, he has also expanded medical facilities at ashram for the devotees to get benefited. I can keep on going with a long list, but as I am eager as you to listen to his address, without further ado, I invite Dr. Ramanan, the president of Sri Ramanashramam, to address us. Namo Ramana. Namo Ramana.
Thank you, PS. Okay. Antaryasya bahirvidutatimiram jyotirmayam shashvatam sthanam prapya vrijarate vinamatam ajnanam unmulayan pashyan vishwamapita mullasati yo vishvasya pare paraha tasmai Shri Ramanaya lokagurave shokasya hantre namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. A very good morning to fellow devotees, and thanks PS for an introduction that I don't deserve, but for in the ashram, as Devaraja Modaliyar say in Tamil, ஒரு அணுவும் செல்லாது அவன் அருள் இல்லாமல். So not an atom moves in the ashram or in the world without Bhagavan's grace. So, but at the same time, we have to, Bhagavan is, the beauty of Bhagavan's teachings is, he has taken the highest form of Atma Vichara Jnana Marga and has blended it with Karma Marga and Bhakti to suit for the modern days so that we can practice Atma Vichara in a more scientific manner. You know, friends, as we all know, that meditating for hours and hours will only lead to a state of laya and just a mental quiescence, versus if we don't combine it with the final package of duties, bhaktis, and the duties for which we have been put on this universe, which we have to carry out. So, having been amidst you, and I'm very blessed to be in the ashram from 2022. Today, I also thank the DC chapter of Sri Ramanan Maharshi Heritage for conducting such a wonderful satsang. Friends, as you all know, that Bhagavan's, you are all practicing Bhagavan's teachings. Each one of you is an apostle for his teachings. His only scientific teaching that can save mankind and quieten each one of us in this world. I want, if anything I can achieve, is to have more satsangs all over the world like this, and that is what the ashram's efforts are being. But today I will, in the short time that I promise you I won't take too much time, but I will briefly outline the activities that we are trying to do in the ashram. And as PSG rightly, beautifully put it, this is, we're trying to bring the ever-growing technology to the most traditional teaching, but the most modern teaching of Bhagavan. For there is no time limit for the timeless message of our Bhagavan. I mean, for it is the truest teaching. It comes from the Atman, which is the only reality in the world. And things may come and go. As we all know, change is the only constant in the world. But we all like to also add that the only constant along with it is our presence, our eternal Atman. So Bhagavan's teachings will always be eternal and will always be modern, and we have to make it suitable to the younger generations. So today I like to just showcase a little bit of what we are trying to do, but knowing very well this is all to just preserve his timeless teachings. So if you look at the presentation, more than half the slides will be on the publication. And why publication is, our generation has the ultimate duty to preserve the teachings in the most pristine purity for mankind, to not allow any imperfections to enter, any contradictions to enter, and for that is the only way mankind is going to be saved from any future problems that it can. So can we have the first slide? Yeah. So we are leveraging technology and innovation for global outreach, and again, spreading the teachings is a very arrogant way. Who are we, as Sadhu Natanananda said, who are you to shine torchlight on the sun? So we understand that for Bhagavan's teachings is He's an honest Suryan, but we still have to try our best. So, for a lack of better word, we are trying to just put out the teachings out there, and just in every world language and every country in the world. That is my humble ambition or whatever, and should have a Bhagwan book in its regional language, and the availability of a Bhagwan picture should be there, and there should be satsang centers everywhere in the world. So, as I said, we are trying to preserve and share Bhagwan's wisdom, and this is through various digital initiatives. Modern technology and social media, as you know, plays a crucial role in expanding the reach, and these are some of efforts which we try to put the teaching out there in the world. I have this on the phone, so I'll just start reading from that. No, I got it. So these are the first thing that we did was, as obviously everybody looks to come to the website. So we made the ashram website through with an Indian company, Zoho, that we all know, into 23 languages. And the impact is right away, from various Indian languages to 12 foreign languages. So the daily visits to the website went from 2,000 to 16 to 18,000 unique visitors every day. So this gives us a lot of encouragement that people are trying to get his wisdom in their own language. And we try to keep working on the accuracy of the translation, because we obviously have used some translation with the artificial intelligence. But then when a devotee from that language comes and points out a mistake, we do change it. And this also, you'll be happy to know, also as a website in the Hebrew language and Arabic. So, and these are the Arabic thing is very popular, I would like to say. I mean, we don't try to pry into see how many people are doing, but I can tell you it's several hundreds of Arabic visitors visit the ashram website every day, several hundreds. Now again, it's to just put out Bhagavan's unique, direct wisdom to the devotees, and while ensuring that we ashramites don't come between Bhagavan and the devotee. This is always will be our constant effort. So we all know that all of you, when you come from DC, you come all the way to ashram, you don't come to chat with me, but you come to see Bhagavan and drink the nectar that is flowing in the ashram. And we are very cognizant not to come between the devotee and Bhagavan. Friends, as we know that the first social outreach started with a Facebook page over 12 years ago, and we have close to a million of followers in various languages. And that gave us an inspiration to spread the teachings in the modern day outreach, to just without diluting the purity, just use it as an access to put the teaching out there. And we have the platforms, we have a Sanskrit Facebook page. If so, any of you Sanskrit lovers, please check it out and please give us the update. It's available in 12 languages. We also have a WhatsApp and Instagram channel for the younger generation where frequent videos of the ashram and bite-sized teaching information of Bhagavan are put. Friends, we have over 200 books of Bhagavan in English and 100 plus ever-growing books in Tamil, Telugu, and various languages. Core teachings of at least 10 books which we felt are core that everybody should read have been translated into 21 languages, including Arabic, Hebrew, Portuguese, Japanese, and Korean. And we are seeing for lack of better word, benefit. The number of Japanese and Korean devotees have doubled in 2 years. Just with these translation of the books, not to say about the Hebrew and the Arabic. So Bhagavan knows how to reach his devotees. All we have done is made it available in a medium that they understand. And as the teacher said, these kids know only one language, but how well, beautifully they sang Ramana songs. So he is beyond the mind. He is beyond any rate limiting step or framing bias. Once you just put him out there, his miracle just takes over. And in the ashram, it just gives me goosebumps every day to see groups of devotees come from Far Eastern countries, Middle Eastern countries, mainland China, and so on. And we have been scanning and OCR of many books that have been out of print and have been made accessible for the devotees. Just some of the new books. Every time I think, oh, the last word has been written on Bhagavan, we find something in the wonderful archival department that we have. They come up and they say, oh, we found this new thing, can we translate and bring it out as a book? And here are at least 2 books. And but again, we make sure not to unnecessarily burden the devotees' time by just printing books or for the sake of doing it. We totally understand that whatever Bhagavan has said, whatever he has said is succinctly included in this 10 to 15 core books. But these are all just our ways of enjoying him, So and then there are beautiful nuggets of wisdom in each one of this book. So we have a very rigorous editorial board, both in the mountain path, and most of them serve as editorial board members in the publication department. And we make sure that every word is authentic. Every word is what it implies and does not distract the devotee away from their spiritual sadhana or confuse them with our mental vagrancies. And just friends, want to put side by side. This is the slide back. Yeah, this is a Hebrew book. This is an Arabic book, and this is a Spanish book. So, just off the cuff, I would like to just mention this. This is not a poetic license. Friends, several thousand devotees can now, Western devotees or any foreign devotees, can live in Arunachala for many years, yearly, without having to come back. With the support of the ashram, thanks to the Indian government, they recognize the value of people wanting to practice Sanatana Dharma and Advaita Vedanta in some valid centers. So ashram can give letters and people get long-term visas. And one day, they meet me because I want to know who they are and what their intentions are. First, an Israeli young man came, and who's the next person? Somebody from Iran. And then who's a third person? Somebody from Turkey. And then, these are all when they were all fighting with each other. Then after 10 o'clock, I go to the shrine, and they are all sitting and meditating in Bhagavan's shrine. So friends, in Bhagavan's thing, there is no division. For he's beyond the vagrants, he's in a deeper plane where these man-made divisions don't even exist. For the self, as you all know, cannot be divided. It is always ever pure, eternal. And all these are all pure devotees who discovered their inner guru through the outer guru, that is our Bhagavan, and want to be in Arunachala, the place of Jnana, the Mukti. Moving on, I think we'll just move on. These are all just some tabulations which we keep for ourselves to make sure that we are catching up. Sorry. Friends, as you know, the calendars and diaries are a wonderful part of, having lived in the West. I know how much they meant to us here, to show that we are never away from Bhagavan, wherever we are, and each day is our rebirth into his wonderful teachings. And then, so these are getting more and more popular, the calendar. Yeah. So, and as thanks to Bhaskar ji, he's made it available to everyone, and the heritage takes great happiness in being the representation of Ramanashramam here, and so that devotees here can seamlessly access Bhagavan's books wherever they are. These are just how the bookstore is getting bigger, and more titles are being systematically organized. Now, as you know, we have a new electronic bookstore, and and then we have devotees can buy their books very easily, and we also play a background thing where we negotiate the cost of the books to be the cheapest and keep the books affordable, but without compromising the quality. So we are working with so nowadays more new print-on-demand publishers are there, which allows us to print rare books, 200, 300, 400 copies at a time, so that no book of Bhagavan goes out of print. And that is another initiative that we have been trying to do. So as I say, you can it gives you every information, the online bookstore, and I please request you to try it out if you haven't, and you can also get the books through the SRMH bookstore. Friends, one thing we have been excited, as PSG said, is the Parayana, the website and the app. Now, the devotees on both Android and the Apple can download the Parayana in 23 world languages, and as it is very well used. So the transliteration of the Tamil Parayana, because these are the essence of Vedanta, we feel. Just as when we were growing up, we used to ask the old devotees, Puriliye, we don't understand. They said, keep chanting. One day it will make sense. And I can tell you, it's beginning to make sense. It's not completely, but it is beginning to make sense for me. And I assure you, it will for each one of us. For Bhagavan's teaching percolates into the depth of our beings, and it reaches through a cellular level into our innermost core, the Hridayam. And these are it's available on Parayana app. The other one we are excited is the Mountain Path, the quarterly journal, where we are able to release it seamlessly to the devotees for downloading and reading the quarterly apps. Again, it's totally free of cost. And again, numbers don't matter on this path. But I like to tell you where the Mountain Path, the print copy will be 5,000-6,000. We are achieving around 500,000 downloads of the digital thing. So this basically just cuts through any barrier that can be. So that gives us some sense of happiness that these are being well received thanks to all of you devotees. And again, I'll take this opportunity to thank each one of you. The strength of any organization is just the sum of its parts. And we have the best group of devotees, and it's just a pleasure and an honor of a lifetime to serve each one of you. So please don't keep coming and keep encouraging us at the home front. Thank you. So then we are also, as I said, trying to develop more apps. A super app is also being developed where people will be able to purchase books, book a room in the ashram. So we're trying to constantly innovate ourselves. So I encourage you to use the search gururamana.org to you can search authentically from the old books, publications, and Mountain Path Journal. We want to make this a vital source for researchers, devotees, and spiritual seekers. Because PSG had again mentioned through the medium of YouTube, we have been able to have daily telecast of the morning and evening Parayana. Now we are also including telecast of Sri Chakra Puja. They try to bring out the in focus video every month. So, and then thanks to the help from the SRMH, we have been able to, they donate to the ashram the latest cameras and technology, and we have been able to constantly upgrade the latest technology, and that was why the Kumbhabhishekam videos, I think, were just surpassed our expectations. And and then again, it's all Bhagavan's miracle. And of course, we are also, as along with growth comes some issues, so we've been putting CCTV cameras everywhere to protect the safety of our devotees and the sacred spaces, while we are preventing the misconduct what a few people can do. And we also have a head count and facial recognition camera, just because sometimes this is required by the government of India, and just once in a while it has been used, but it's been it shows how the ashram, we can also track the visitors, the growth of the ashram, so that we can plan our supplies and the services that we can provide. And again, we have I have our own leased computer line and a virtual line so that the telecasts are seamlessly transmitted to the devotees with a firewall to ensure safety. Again, Mountain Path and Kane want to acknowledge Barbara ji and Ravi Iyer, and they all have beautifully contributed to the growth of the magazine, the beautiful articles, and we are trying a new team now to continue the same legacy, and I please request each one of you to at least give it a try, and it's you'll be surprised how many articles resonate with your needs. That's what devotees tell me. I mean, I know the teaching, but there was something lacking in me, and I just opened the journal, and this article that just made total sense for me, and now Bhagavan's teaching is so clear for me. So we are all, Bhagavan guides us towards Him. So please just treat this as a valuable resource. And in that, I'm not to take the punchline. Ms. Sunita Parshuraman is going to follow me, and she writes a wonderful section for adolescent and young youth. And that's really one of the very popular articles where we can have our younger devotees get on this noble path as soon as possible. Now, the one thing you might have initially to your irritation must be in the booking accommodation software, but I tell you, it keeps getting better. So we have processed over 50,000 online requests for stay in the ashram, and what it does is it's just a radically transparent way of us providing resources to each one of you without our bias. And we have been able to allocate rooms, and progressively it's getting better. And we have visitors from over 100 countries. We have had over 50,000 requests. And this, what it also does is it accumulates very accurate database for satsang coordinators where all over the world, where if they want to have a request sent to their people in their country, they can have more people reaching their satsang base. So we'll be giving Bhaskar ji and Sunita and their group data as if they request, and any satsang group they want, if they want, it's searchable with their zip code, and again it just gives an avenue for many devotees, because a lot of them, when they leave the ashram, they are like, how do I continue this teachings, and how I be connected to fellow devotees? And I tell them, find a local satsang wherever you are, and you can continue the same vichara wherever you are in the world. And this database will help us to empower the devotee coordinators to provide services to their group. I'll just move on from all that. So we're trying to have the connection between the devotees and the ashram in a more modern way, and with data security and self-efficiency, and also moving the online storage and the cloud to an Indian source gives us protection. It also saves us foreign resources. I would be failing in my duty if I did not touch on artificial intelligence and how the ashram is going to use it to reach the masses. Friends, before reaching the people wide range, we have to ensure the accuracy and the purity of the teachings portrayed through the artificial intelligence apps. So we have to make sure that the authentic textbooks of Bhagwan are introduced into the online platforms. And I'm glad to report that through the initiative of SRMH California branch, they have a bunch of computer nerds and intelligent people. They have been steadily busy creating this artificial intelligence app. So it should be available, once they are happy with the, I'm sure it's ready to be released, but we want to make sure it's accurate. Even a 1% inaccuracy is not acceptable to them. So we've been working on it. I want to assure you that, we are combining the most powerful AI, Atmic intelligence, with the modern artificial intelligence, so that it should be available soon to our devotees. So you could even say, what does Bhagavan say about sleep? Then you'll get, you don't even have to go and search, So again, that could be a good way of telling our children, our grandchildren about Bhagavan's unique teachings. So I'm just repeating myself. So as I said, we have modernized printing so that we could print with any world languages very quickly with an international quality. And these are all, we have, okay, now medical, next slide. Modernizing medical services. I'm glad to report to you that the ashram free dispensary, where we have 7 physicians now, and there are 200 patients almost a day get blood work and get high quality medical treatment. At least for the major medical diseases that we treated here, diabetes, asthma, we have the latest, the highest quality algorithms which are practiced by the doctors. Not only that, we didn't just stop with theory. We had the modern medicines, for example, some of them costing $20 a day, are being manufactured through devotees, manufacturer for 2 rupees a day. So patients get 90 days supply of free medicines, and they have the latest blood work, imported blood work with scientifically, so that they are being reasonably well monitored. And we have an electronic health record which you could transmit anywhere in the world. So again, these are all through the hard work of the ashram, the medical team of doctors, and our technology team headed by Professor Giridhar, who's just a brilliant man. We also have a pharmacy software, again to minimize medical mistakes. So Dr. Ravi Iyer will say how important they are to make sure that 2 good medicines don't become poison when they are put together. But then the software will automatically tell us and the right dosing so that we can practice the good medicine. We are modernizing our go-downs so that the books are given to the devotees in a pristine, and again, we're using robot vacuum cleaners. So this is a slide. Now, how can we not talk about Ramanashram and not about Goshala? As some of us would remember, when ashram, Mother Shrine was a thatched shed, Bhagavan built a modern granite Goshala for 1 cow Lakshmi, and with teak wood, and to protect her from leopards, and even a leopard couldn't jump from above. Next time when you go to Goshala, look upwards. There will be rods to prevent animals from jumping in. And these are all pretty old. So the Goshala, as we know, has been growing. So somebody asked Bhagavan, why are you spending so much energy on Goshala? He said, if you build a Goshala for Cow Lakshmi and the Goshala, ashram will grow. The ashram will grow, the township Ramananagar will grow. Ramananagar grows, the town will grow. The town grows, the state will grow, the country will grow. So these are Mahan's words. So these are Jnani's words. So these are turning prophetic. But so we now have over 350, 360 cows. And so we're trying to modernize and keep them healthy. And obviously we have a limitation of space. So we have to keep them in a healthy way. We're going to introduce tag them so that treat them better, their vaccination record, their genetic purity, and how much they were fed. So again, technology is not only for us human beings, it's also going to be for the four-legged animals. So friend, I'm going to go ahead and end it. So we're trying to have a holistic approach to preservation of the teachings, while at the same time ensuring accessibility for global and younger audiences everywhere. We're balancing tradition with technology, keeping Bhagavan's timeless wisdom alive for future generations. And the path forward, again in Advaita, there is no backwards, the only thing is the now. But again, we have to, as administrators, have to preserve this temple of Advaita, the purity of for the future seekers. So we will, without compromising the teachings, and knowing that the temple, Matrubhuteshwar's temple and Bhagavan's shrine is what gives us the energy, we will continue that in no compromise in core values. And that's why we had the Kumbhabhishekam, and it just was a brilliant, pure, we all were transported to a different yuga and loka, and we'll continue that. And so yeah, just repeating that. So I just want to conclude, friends, our beloved ashram is growing, and it's growing in the right way, and we are not just, that metrics of growth is what that matters. It's the pure seeker is being brought to Bhagavan and to Arunachala, and that is our timeless duty to do that. And I want to thank you once again. Each one of you have contributed to a personal growth for me, Nitya, and our family. And we're going to take that. We always, when we have any moments of doubt, we all think of the love we received here. That just spurs on to do more. And always it helps to see each one of you visiting the ashram. I just request that you make it an yearly feature, for this is how you can keep Bhagavan with you. And the satsangs are very important, and I think this is and that is why the Sri Ramana Maharshi Heritage is committed to the growth of satsangs, because that's what keeps the Bhagavan's teachings pure and alive and vibrant. And thank you for your attention and your time, and Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya.